We here, y'all. That's right. From the battle to the glory. We are here, God, and we have our returning guest, man. Listen, y'all got to give it up for Melissa B. She she come in the room strong. She is on fire, yo. Y'all got to go check her page out.
On
Melissa
fire.
B. She be on point. Y'all got to check her out for real. Stop playing, y'all. Listen, you gotta check it out. I'm telling y'all, the energy is real. I love that energy. I love that positivity energy, man. I love it, man. And that's what when you got that positive energy, people gonna love on you, and it's gonna be just love in the air. You know what I'm saying? Love and peace. That's what it's gonna be. That's how you gotta be, and that's what you want in your life around your circle. You want that. But enough of all that, man. Melissa B, how was your day though?
Oh, it was trying and it was
Uh oh.
testing and
Oh
I
shoot.
was at, but it was all work related. So I'm in my decompress mode right now.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're gonna leave work at work. When I get up off of here, off of the show tonight, I'm gonna start back working. But
Okay. Well,
yeah, I
I'm
just had
glad.
one of those days where I'm like, man, is anybody else hiring? And do I want to make that leap? And
Yeah.
but I'm like, but no, I got a 5 to 7 year plan, and I need to sit down somewhere. I'm gonna have to
Mm,
stick it out, but it will
le-
pass, and tomorrow be a new day.
Yep.
listen, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Lady T, what about you?
I am the same as Melissa. I am so that way. It was busy. Life is all about what am I going to do? What am I going to figure out for the next step? So it was trying today too. But it was good. It's over now. So I'm not getting back to work. Melissa, I will be praying for you, honey. I don't know why you're getting back into it.
And before we get into our topic though, you know what? And it's crazy that all three of us said was trying. Today was a rough day for me too, for real. Like yo, they was trying me, yo. They was really trying to get me out of my character. I'm talking about when I tell you they was poking, they was poking. I was like, yo, I was ready to leave work. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I was
Hmm.
ready to say, you know what? I'm sick. I'm out. Peace. Ain't that's how I felt because I'm like, yo, you really trying to get under my skin. I got everything set up. Guy come in the kitchen. He like, yo, let me use this. Just take it. Don't. I'm like, oh, you really want to try me? Like they know they want to test me, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna suck it up. I just got finished doing what I was doing, and I was like, yo, let me go into my little corner and just chill because I was ready to go home seriously. So I know how y'all feel. I was ready to bounce, but I made it. I made it through. You know what I'm saying? So, but listen, we got something juicy for y'all, and sometimes it's hard to talk about it. But are women equal to men? And I know women are out there probably saying, "What is he talking about? How can he say that?" But let's look at it. Let's look at it from not just only a spiritual aspect, but relationship, family wise, oriented. Let's look at it from that angle and that perspective. So, being that we got Melissa B in here, our special guest, Melissa, how you feel about that? Do you feel like women are equal to men, or whatever? However you explain it, just explain it to how you feel and how you view it.
You know what? I think it's very complex. When you gave me the topic, I said, "Oh wow." You want to say, yeah, that's what we fought for all this time: equality, equality, equality. But then it can get so deep to where then if you want to, if we talk about gender roles, I don't think so. I mean, we're equal. I think we're equal. But then there's other aspects where some, if we look at the spiritual side of it and we get that deep, then some say no. But I think we are. Um, we're humans, and considering the fact that I'm a single woman, I live by myself. Like right now, I'm having this moment where my trash needs to be pulled to the back. I can do that.
I feel
But I don't want to do it.
Right.
I, don't- I want my yard man to come do it, and he
Mhm.
didn't come do it Sunday like I needed him to. And so, that's why some we get to gender roles, but I feel like we are equal as a person. We have the abilities, but I think we have different strengths.
Lazy. What about you? How do you feel about that? Do you
I,
feel like, yeah, I don't,
I
lady,
agree. I agree with Melissa. I think that we all do, as human beings, women and men have equal rights. We have our dignity that should be equal. We have values that should be equal. I think gender is the thing where we get off of what a person offers in the body terms, but
Mm-hmm.
it's totally different. This is world is the yin yang. We have the negative positive attraction type of thing. This is life, and so I think it's equal but different in its own way. Each of them serve a purpose, but when you put them together, they're equal. It basically is like you're adding, and then you get your two, you get your equal amount of what makes it whole. So I'm going to say that because you, I don't know what you were expecting me to think, that this is all about a man's world, but yes, I agree with Melissa that we are equal, but there is the gender part that makes us different, but we still come back together. So,
Okay. Well, I'm just going to elaborate on it a little bit.
Come on,
Uh,
Chef.
okay. So, you know what a pendulum is, right?
right.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. The woman, she brings balance to the man. Okay. It's not about, see, so when you look at the two, right? You have the man here, right? He is the covering of the woman. That's number one. We're not even going. We have roles, yes, but guess what? There are some men that are supposed to be leaders, but they're not ready to be leaders. But the woman can balance him and encourage him how to be the leader he's supposed to be. So she brings balance. We're not equal, but the woman, and I did not say a man is greater. I would not use that word, but she brings balance to the man. And it's vice versa, because guess what? There are things that a man is weak in, a woman can strengthen him through her words of encouragement, through her admirations of the things that she always pushing him up. So it brings balance. So that's the thing about when we look at it and we say equal, it's balance. So I can be stronger in one area, and then she can be stronger in another. So when you bring together, it brings balance to the relationship. It brings balance to the marriage. So I never would say that a man is greater than a woman, but I would say that a woman brings balance to the man, because guess what? We need a woman, vice versa. A woman needs a man, and on every level. You know what I'm saying? You can do it on your own, but guess what? If you had a man in your life, would he bring balance? The right man for you, because you are different. So a man that comes into your life have to add some type of value to your life that's going to be loving to you. Your love language has to be your love language. So it can't be somebody else's, it's yours. So that man has to learn how to love you the way you want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and that's where the balance comes in at. It's not about greater, it's not about less, because guess what? We all are weak. We all have weaknesses. And
Right.
so and that's what I was going to say, is that's what it all boils down to, because you have a lot of people who are saying that, you know what, a man is supposed to be the leader, he's supposed to be the head. Okay, but guess what? Yeah, he has to be capable of being the head of the relationship. He can't be capable of doing any leadership and he don't know how to lead. Go ahead, listen. You want to say something?
So first of it, so am I living an unbalanced life?
What you mean? Why you say unbalanced life?
Because if okay, so at this moment, considering like a household for me, it's just me.
Yeah, okay.
You get so there isn't so this man balances like if I was in a union, I understand it. But will I be considered not having a balanced life if there is not that other person? So
No,
it's
no.
just me. There is no bouncing off of it's I just have to move how I move and let the cards fall how they fall. And then also if and then to kind of question and piggyback off of the statement about if we do go on this, if we go by this, the man is gonna lead, right?
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
totally understand where you're coming from about, okay, the balance, and that's why I was saying about the strengths. But if we decide, is my home unbalanced though? If I decide that, okay, you know what, this man, he brings a lot of other stuff to the to this relationship, to this union, but he's not a great leader. So I'm gonna step up and I'll do this, and this is just how we gonna run it.
So you what
Is
you
it
saying
okay for us to do that?
for you to lead?
Mm-hmm.
No, what you lead in what? You got to be more specific because guess what? Le- Leading doesn't mean that you have control. You
Oh
have
yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
Not, and I'm not talking about from a man's perspective. Leading does not mean you have control. So so you got to give me an example when you say lead.
No, I was just piggybacking off of you about being a leader. So there, but then that's where it goes back to the strengths. And that's why well, if we're gonna have this man lead,
Hmm.
that's my question too. What is he gonna lead?
Just think about
What is
this.
he supposed to be leading me in? And
Okay,
yeah,
I'll give you an example
I'm
then.
sorry.
Here's the thing. It's natural if this is the right man. It's natural for a man to walk in front of a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's natural, right? It's natural for me to protect you. If I'm walking on the road with you, you supposed to walk on the inside of me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So see everything that I'm saying, I'm giving you an analogy, right? But it shows that I'm supposed to. It's a natural. It's supposed to be. Let me correct that. It's supposed to be natural. So look what I did. I'm saying, okay, I'm walking with you down the street. I'm on the outside. Protection, right? Now, when we're getting ready to walk into the door, I open the door for you, right? So
Right.
leading, look, leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not able to do that. We get in the car. Now, I don't do this all the time. My wife, that's chivalry. She had to show me, like, for real. I was like, what? She's like, you don't even open the door for me. So I began to start to open the door for her. Men don't do that now, but it's a part of chivalry. It's a part of being a leader, being just being generous, being like I said, open the door, go in the house. Like I go in the house before it's safe, but I go in the door before my wife to make sure everything's good. Anything can happen. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a natural thing. It's supposed to be natural. So guess when I say lead, these are the things, not me per se, right? But I'm saying these are the things that come natural in leading. And so guess what? If I'm not good in finance and you are, I'll be like, bet, you know what? Uh, you good. I'm always spending. I'm always doing this. You gonna have to deal with the money because I know if I get the hold of that money, I'm gonna spend it. See what I'm saying? That's called compromise. That's knowing that you have a better understanding of saving the money, being conservative with the money than me. Because I'm just gonna go out there hanging out and spending money recklessly. You got what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's where balance comes in at. That's where the
Right.
balance come at. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you have to be the leader because no woman on this earth want a man that can't really. I'm being honest. Either provide or not provide. Provide that goes big. That's big when I say provide. Now I ain't got to talk about financially. It could be mentally. You want a man that can't intellectually talk to you. You be like, oh, he like a kid. You mean to tell me that's not going to be something that's going to be stimulating to your mind?
Oh yeah, of course.
So
Mm-hmm.
Lady T, you look like you want to get in
I'm
because
ready for lady.
yeah, me too. Because Lady T,
Mhm.
ready.
I want
Ding
y'all
ding.
to
Look,
talk.
oh
I
look,
do.
ding ding ding. I'll put
Look,
the bell up. Go
I'm
ahead,
like
Lady T.
listening to you, and I'm like, okay, you're saying so much, but what are you saying? Because I want to hear. Did you say that women are not equal to men? Did you say that?
No, I didn't say
Oh,
that.
okay.
I said women bring balance to the man.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't hear that because I want to know, what do you think? Do you think women are equal to men?
It's like
Say yes or no.
huh?
Just say yes or no. That's what I'm
No,
looking for.
no.
That's what I thought,
No.
because you did say it out your mouth. I've
Yeah.
been listening to you, so I've been waiting patiently. Let's get into why you say no. So
I just
I'm going to start asking you some
okay.
questions.
So I did say, do you know what a pendulum is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so no, the one that I'm sorry, I said the pendulum. I meant to say a scale.
Okay.
A scale. That's what I'm so sorry. I used the wrong a scale.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, if I get on a scale, right, and you get on a scale, and let's say I'll wait. I'm just gonna give you I weigh more than you, right? How will you be able to balance and be equal to me? I'm just using that for an analogy, right? To me, how would you do that?
I mean, you are taking one part of
Okay,
the
so
characteristic
I
of the
think
other.
so. I think okay. There are things that I may, like Melissa said earlier, that I may be better in than you mentally, because naturally, physically, I'm already a man is already physically. If he's physically fit, he's already stronger than you. That doesn't mean he's better than you. That doesn't mean he's better than you. See, I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction to say that a man is better than a woman. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to use those words either. So, yeah, go ahead. You want to ask you something else?
Um, so yeah, I feel like, you're basically just talking. I feel like you're just a male chauvinist type, where
Wow.
everything, yeah, I'm sorry, we
Well,
hear it all
Melissa
the
didn't
time.
Melissa
Like,
said
hear
the
me
same
out,
thing.
hear me out.
Okay, all
Just,
right,
I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
just hear me out. I think that men look at it in a different way as they're not supposed to. Women are the ones that bring life into the world. What do you think that you guys are as men? Like, who do y'all think y'all are to sit up here and make us sound like we're not equal to you? We have the part that is necessary to bring birth and life into this world. And yet men want to put themselves as greater than us. Come on. I just can't accept it. I can't always hear this talk anymore and just be like, oh, yes, I'm the one there's lacking. I said in the beginning, the balance is that man and woman are equal because they come together to create the equal parts. It's like half and half. You bring them together, they're going to work. There's a way to put it together, of course, to create. And that's what you need. And you can't have a man think that he's going to be equal to himself and there's no other, go ahead, you can try it. Keep going. Go out there and go equal to yourself. Go enjoy yourself, men, and not, accept a woman as equal to you and see how life treats you. But that's not the way. You say chivalry is dead. Unfortunately, men are not doing what they're supposed to do to treat the women right and give them the respect and love. Now, don't get me wrong. I know women are tripping these days as well. We don't say the right things and we don't act all the time the right way. I get it. But there is a respect that men need to have when it comes to women. We bring the extra that you need. And women, we know that men bring the extra that we need. That's our equal. That is our counterpart. That's how we are supposed to look and view things. Not sit up here and put ourselves greater. We're supposed to be side by side. My man, my husband, my relationship is not going to be the head. He's going to be side by side. Y'all, I mean, I just, I'm trying not to say too much, and I'm trying
Hold
not to
on.
be too
There,
passionate.
there are some
Okay.
comments. There are some comments in there, and I want. I didn't even see that. I had to go back and look at it. You know what somebody said? They said women aren't even equal to each other. Other women, you're not equal to Melissa. So how, if you're not equal to Melissa, I'm sorry, Melissa B. I gotta put the emphasis on. If you're not equal to Melissa B, how can you be equal to a man?
Oh God, where are we coming up with these
I,
comments?
I,
I mean, think about it. Did you
hold
hear
up.
what I
Is that
said?
valid?
I said
Is
a
that
man and a woman. No, you're not going to have an equal woman. We are all different. Women are different. But
so?
when you have a man and a woman and you have a relationship, we're going to just say a relationship, okay?
Okay.
You are supposed to be one. You are supposed to be equal to one another. Now, if you're out in the business world, no, you're not going to be equal. If you're out in the social and cultural world, no, you're not going to be equal. Equality does not work for us when we are out in the scene. But if we're talking about relationship wise and having a relationship with a man and a woman, you are supposed to look for your counterpart in a relationship. That's basically it. So that is what makes us equal. But if we are talking about worldly ways and culturally and how the economics work of how we get paid, no, we're not equal. Okay, I'll give it that. I'll give you everything that you want to hear, but I just,
But look,
sometimes I get to a point where it's just, what are we talking about? I mean, come on. Are we really going to sit up here and continuously talk like down on women? I just
I,
feel like it's
listen, did I talk down?
unnecessary.
Did I talk
Yeah.
down on
Oh,
women?
but why did you say no? Women are not equal to men. So it was your response was no, and we were saying yes, but you were saying no because you needed to learn chivalry. So keep that in mind. How are you going to sit up here and say that I should even care about what you think and you don't even know about opening the door for a woman, that you had to learn that because a woman needed to teach you that. So a woman's power and greatness, I have much respect for and I love and adore. And I can't allow anybody to put it down. I'm sorry.
All right,
What did you
so
think I was going to say?
all right, but look, somebody said this. I'm just this what they said. I didn't talk down to a woman, so that's what I'm just saying because at the end of the day, look, we look at society, right? Look what's going on in society. Let's keep it a buck. What's
Okay.
going what's going on in society? And it's three black people here right now. We talking, right? What's going on to the black community right now? Guess what? Lack of men, lack of being leaders, right? But let's look at the other half of it. You don't meet my credentials, so guess what? You're not capable of being my man in our community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, how can you fix that, Lady T?
I'm sorry. Tell me again if you're not your man. I seen something pop up and my mind went over there. So sorry.
What's your mind going on,
No,
huh?
I saw something pop up on my screen. I read it. My bad. So go ahead. Say
Oh,
what you said again so I can
I
understand
said,
it.
look, and let's look in our community, right?
Right.
There's
Okay.
not a lot of black leaders teaching our young men how to be men. Why is that?
We can't. I
Okay.
don't because
I
I
don't
don't. I can. I will say this to that aspect. We can't teach a man.
Not you. I didn't say women. I'm not talking about women.
why men don't
That's
teach.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm getting to it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We can't because I think it kind of comes from households. It starts there with the young boys. So I truly believe that a woman cannot teach a man to be a man. Henceforth, if we're looking for that type of leadership in the way that things are going in today's society, then it's gonna be lacking somewhere. You can raise your son by yourself, but
Mhm.
we don't know I don't know what it's I can speak for myself. I don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know. I can tell you what another man has told me what he's experienced, but I haven't experienced being a black man in America. So I can't teach him per se my son. So if there is not a male figure there to guide him through their life experiences, I think that plays a big part also in what's going on today.
Lady C.
Yeah, I would agree. I agree. I think that it's mostly social and economic in the legal system. Everything about this world has been about the system that we've lived in and the disadvantages of life. And it's really broken a lot of homes, it's broken a lot of people. We are not connected like we used to. We don't have the same mindset of our ancestors. And so I think it has a lot to do with what's going on in our world. And we are trying to put the pieces back together. It's a lot of brokenness in a lot of people. And I think it's the system of this world was meant to do it that way, especially for Black people.
Mhm.
I feel that that is the nature of how the world has worked out for all of us Black people. We've seen it. We know racism. We know what has happened in the past, but rising above it has been a struggle. And these conversations that we have, and when we are connecting with other people and trying to communicate life and love and trying to help people heal, this is something that we can continuously do. And I think that we can change people, and men will be better and women will be better, no matter the color of your skin. I think that is just a matter of time. We got to get through this ugly time, because we are going through the ugly time. People think this is the time of revelations in the Bible. There's so many things and so many signs that are happening. And no, I don't know anything about these things, but I know we are going through tough times. And all I can do is try my best to be as loving as possible. But the way the system has, been built has to destroy us as people and keep us in bondage and enslaved in whatever enslavement that you personally have. And we are not connecting one-on-one with the relationships with our fellow brothers and sisters. So that's what I think it is. There's more to it always. Everybody's situation and circumstances are different. Where we live, how we grew up, the people we are around, what we heard, what we've seen, everybody's different. So I think it has a lot to do with us as people. And I feel like we're going to one day heal.
Melissa, somebody had made a comment earlier, right? They said they wouldn't teach a man how to be a leader. You definitely don't want that. You definitely don't want that. You don't want a woman trying to teach a man how to be a leader. No, you can't.
Why would you say that?
I said somebody made the comment.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't understand. That's what I say when I say talk down. It's taking away what the ability a woman could do. I know she cannot be the man.
No,
all know
I'm talking about teaching a man how to be a leader.
Yes.
No.
But hear me out.
I can teach him how to lead, but
yes, because
you can't. How can you teach him how to lead? Wait a minute. You just said, Melissa, you just said you can't teach him how to be a man. So
yes, but
right.
a leader and a man are not equal to me.
I agree.
I can be a leader.
Everybody can.
Oh yeah, of women, yes.
Oh no! What is why? Why do you keep saying that? That's why you say he's talking down like we're not there to do it.
T, hold on. Look, listen, check this out. If I'm a king and you a queen, right?
What makes you a king, Chef? Because you're a man?
No.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So there are. Remember, I said earlier. I said, and I stated that clearly, that every man is not meant to be a leader. They have to learn how to lead. So somebody made comments, if they don't have the right men around them to teach them about being a leader, they cannot lead. A woman's not going to come into his life and teach him how to be a leader. Know what she's going to do? Encourage him, inspire him to become that leader, not teach him. Inspire him to become the leader that he's supposed to be. That's a difference. That's a big difference. That's a big difference, because guess what? I have sons and I have daughters. Guess what? I can't teach my daughters how to be a woman, but you know what I can teach her? How to love a man, how to speak life into him, how to keep him encouraged, how to inspire him to say, listen, you can do all things. I'm not even going to say the rest, but you can do all. See, those things, those are words of affirmation. You know what I'm saying? These are words that we need that. And guess what? That's what we lack. That's in our community. We lack that. Not picking up the man, not tearing him down, saying, yo, you worth this, you this. No, we need that. And so that's what, like I said, balance. That's what bring balance on. Being able to do that, because guess what? You want a strong man. You want a smart man. You want a man. Every woman should want a man that can provide, show leadership, and take care of his business. Because guess what? Let's say we had a business together. Melissa. Like I said, guess what? You might be a type, and I'm gonna get to the comments. You might be a type of person that know how to go out there and do advertisement. You leading that. Look, you're leading the advertisement part of the business.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So now, guess what? So you doing that because that's what you're good at. We still in the business together. I
Mhm.
recognize that you are good at that. And I said, you know what? You're gonna lead at that. That's what you're gonna do. That's your task. You go out there and you just do all the things you're supposed to do. And you're gonna do it. Right?
Mhm.
Now, I said we in the business, but guess what? We are co-owners, right? Who's the head of the business? Or we just
Nobody.
nobody, right?
We're equal.
Now you talking. But guess what? We don't do the same job. We don't do
Because
the
we
same
balance.
right.
But I have my strengths. He has
There
his
you go.
strengths.
Now see,
But that don't mean I can't do what he doing.
huh? No, see,
No,
look,
just
look, see, I knew you was gonna come with that. Go ahead, lady T. You want to? I know you look. T, ding, let me hit the bell for T because T is ready to be on fire.
No,
Go ahead,
Melissa
T.
B, did you want to say anything about everything that he said?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Hold
Look at
on,
these
yeah,
colors.
get T. I'm gonna go with these comments while you going. I'm listening too. I'm listening. I'm going to the comments.
I don't know. I feel like, me having these conversations with you about the equality of man and woman, I don't know if I'll ever be able to make you see my point, or, I just feel like this is something we do all the time. But I just feel like, the comment about teaching a man how to be a woman cannot teach a man how to be a leader. I was blown. Like, I couldn't believe you said that, because that is like,
Go ahead.
leadership is qualities and traits, and there's skills that you do to become a leader. And, they got self-help books out there to help you be a leader. Like, there's things that women can learn for themselves and teach their children or their son, to know how to be a leader. Like, these are the things that we have the ability to learn. If there's something that we're not able to do, we could look into learning ourselves to teach our children, or our son, if there's no male figure. Because sometimes there's not going to be a male figure that can help that your son to, guide him into becoming a leader and having the qualities and characteristics of a good person. So you have to learn as a woman. Sometimes you might have to just become that what you want your son to be. And it's a good thing for a woman to learn that for herself, because she's showing as an example. So I just feel like when we have these conversations about what you say women can't do, it just irks me. It gets under my skin, because I'm like, bro, really, so many wonderful women out there have brought up beautiful and mindful men that are about their business and given to the community, or showing love and are respectful and, have a great integrity about themselves. There's a lot of women out there with those men that they have raised, and a lot of them are single by themselves. But of course, we all want to have a good man to have that support to help our children, our sons grow up in this world, of course. But it is difficult in the society that we live in, and the people that are coming up in this world. People are totally different. We don't think the same, and we sure don't act the way we used to be in the past. I mean, we're totally different. What we do
Mhm.
here is what, is like something I never thought we would be doing, having conversations on the internet all the time. And, we don't meet people, and we're, communicating all the time about stuff. We're putting ideas out there that we didn't have before. So we're totally different as people. But I'm trying to be open to what you say, because even though, let me just say this, every time I talk, sometimes I do wonder, do you listen to me? Because you be reading a lot. You be looking at your stuff. And I'll be like, are you listening?
I got
I hear
headphones,
you. You
so I can
can't
hear you.
be
I
doing
can.
two things at once. You can't
What?
read and listen,
I can walk and chew
So
gum.
sometimes that's why I be
I can
like, he's
walk and
not
chew
really
gum.
listening. So that's all.
I am listening. So you heard what you said, Melissa? I can walk and chew gum. What's wrong with you?
Okay. All right.
But I was reading the comments because I wanted to put those comments up so people could, you can see the comments as well and read it. I mean, because everybody have a story. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? They got they different views. It's not like a tear down on women or men. Nah, it's not that. It's definitely not that. You know what I'm saying? Look, like,
Desmond want to help.
what'd you say?
I said Desmond want to help.
You want? What'd you say? Hold on. He said, "Well, let me see." You say you want help?
You need
He
help.
said you need help, bro.
Mm,
But
Okay.
yeah, he
Lady
want
T, you mentioned the difference in things in society, and I don't know how because I was young back then. But you mentioned the difference in society, and Chef brought up, oh well, men, leaders, and a woman don't want a man that can't do XYZ. I beg to differ. I'm not that woman, okay? But there are a lot of women, and I have come in contact with a lot of these type of women that prefer that lesser of a man because they have that type of control.
Mm,
Um, I have seen that a lot. So there's a place for those that haven't been taught to be this type of leader,
mhm.
because there are a lot of women today, and that's why I say I really can't speak for how it was back in the day if this was happening back then, but I just know I grew up seeing a time where it was Wheeler Earl running it, and you know Peggy, she's sitting here doing her thing, and it was a balance. But there are women now that it's okay and they prefer their men to be able to stay under their finger because they can control them.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that's there.
now watch this. Now, is that going to create a problem? Let's keep it real. Is that going to create a problem? Come on, talk to me.
But I don't know, because I don't. It would be a problem for me.
I,
I don't want no little idiot.
any listen,
But
any man that is under a woman's thumb, it's going to create a problem.
yeah, I
Trust
think
me.
it. And
It's definitely going to
and
create a
the
problem.
examples and the people that I've seen in these type of relationships, these men are not. Yeah, like it
And
is.
that's and
It's
Lady
a
T, I see
problem.
your face. That's not even what. Let me show you the trickle, the trickle that happens. Listen, a woman that controls a man. Now, I never on this platform will ever say I want a man to control a woman. Never. That's never gonna come out of my mouth. That ain't
Yeah.
happening. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen because I don't want no man to control no woman ever. So I'll speak that and I give that life. No, I don't want a man to control no woman. I don't want that. That's not what I'm speaking. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Lady T, I gotta say that clearly. So I want you to get that.
Yeah, cause
I want you to feel that, okay? Because I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Now, I don't want that, but I do want balance. So I'm this is a space with positivity. And so when I say a woman is not equal to a man, it's not to say that a woman is not great. We need women, okay? We definitely need that, all right? But I'm speaking from a perspective of saying, listen, guess what? If we learn how to love one another, and look, my wife do not agree with me sometimes. Sometimes I would say most of the times, right? Like we having a difficult time right now about something small, right? Because I said, look, I'm not doing that, right? And guess what? We're under the law of the Bible, so we do things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. We do things like that, right? So I don't argue with her. I don't talk down to her or nothing. I wait till she comes to her senses and to understand, like, okay, listen, we not getting nowhere. We gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this, Lady T. I want you to don't ever think that I don't see the value in a woman. I see the value in a woman. That's great. God gave us a great gift. That's a jewel that every man should want and take care of it. You know what you know what it is to take care of a diamond? You got to take care of it. If you want it to stay shining, you got to take care of it. So women are diamonds, and we want to take care of those things. Well, I know I do. So
So, are you still saying no, that women are not equal to men?
um,
Are you
no,
still
I'm,
saying
I'm
no?
not. I'm
I
not
just
going.
wanna
I'm not.
know. Are you have you
I
changed your mind? I just
no.
want to hear it.
But,
Okay.
but when you look, let,
S
let's look at
I
the
just
word. Let's
didn't understand why you say that. You have not really given me a good understanding. I just
all
I
right.
don't understand why you say that we're not equal.
So T. So let me. So because I see that's bothering you because I say that you're not
No,
equal,
it's
right?
not bothering me. I
Oh,
just need to understand you.
you need to you need to understand. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing for you. Maybe this might help you. Okay. Look, in 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 relationships, right? In relationships, right? somebody has to take the lead. And Melissa said it earlier. Okay, Melissa said it earlier. And if you're gonna be honest with yourself and the women that are listening, like she said, you might like a man under your thumb, right? But if you got a strong man that know how to carry himself, right? Would you want a man that allow you to talk to him any kind of way? Just tell him, yo, just do this, do that, and that's it. Would you like that? Would you just be honest with yourself? Would you be okay with that?
But that's not equality.
That's not. I'm trying to get to the point of why we are not equal, because that does not come up with the answer. I mean, I hear you. You're just bringing up circumstances. Some circumstances are different than others, right? Everybody has. Okay, the same. We'll say equal is the same. But I said, No, is it not the same? Say what you were going to say.
No, Melissa about to say something. Go ahead, Melissa.
No. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm gonna take a back seat for a minute because I'm gonna kind of sort of piggyback off of Chad. But go ahead.
You want to put chat up in a minute?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Right. So yeah, the word equal. Let's look at that. Let's dive into the word equal. Yeah. What does equal?
What does it mean to you?
No.
I know, because this is you having to explain to me. Please tell me, what does equal mean to you?
The same value, the same. We are the same.
What makes women different than men and not equal?
Okay.
Say it plainly. Don't bring up scenarios.
I'm not
bring up situations of other people.
Our brains, our body structure, our character. Come on, our character is not the same. Come on, talk to me. I just need a few. There are things that our characters are not the same. Women are nurturers, men are not. We learn how to nurture by a woman. That's what we do. But we don't. But guess what? What we do is, it's a natural thing for us to go out there and provide, and that's on so many levels. Like I said, the right person has to be able to provide mentally, physically.
And a woman can't. So a man.
We didn't know. T.
But why are you bringing it up then? Because you're bringing it up at this time. That's why I'm asking.
I just told you.
Okay, so everything that you said is basically physical ways and characteristics of and behaviors. Of course, they're not going to be equal. We are the ones that bring birth and life through this. So of course, our bodies are going to be different. Okay. Our emotions are going to be different. Those things are very true, but that does not make us not equal to me. I'm sorry, because we have different bodies. I said it's a compliment. We complement each other as a man and woman. So the compliment to create is what makes us equal. Like I said, negative and positive, how it kind of, yin and yang, the negative, positive, the duality, the parts of us that are, we have something on one hand, we got the other. When they come together, this is the puzzle. We make it whole. So that's what I'm seeing it as when I say equal. But you're talking about from a body, like from the way our behavior. Of course, we're not equal.
I said our brains.
Our brains, but
women
that's still body.
More of their brain than men. So
I get it. I mean, right. I think men are more logical and women are more emotional. But these are the things that bring us as one. And you just basically say things that are body wise. I don't feel it has anything to really say that we're not equal. You're just basically telling me body type of things.
But okay, that
our opportunities are not equal.
Huh?
I don't think opportunities are equal. Women's rights have been diminished and demonized for years. I mean, we just finally getting something.
We're not equal to men.
Go ahead, Melissa. What you going to say? Because
no,
we're not equal to men. I agree.
Oh, now
Black
you
Barbie
agree?
queen. I mean, we're not. Of course not, because I was saying like how women have been treated all this time. You have people and women in different Eastern places that still have to wrap themselves. You know, they're being their body in Africa, I've heard, is being mutilized. I can't say the word right, but you know, certain things taken away from their body. Like there's certain things that they take from women to diminish, and they demonize a woman and make us negative. And it's been many centuries of it.
But
So of
that
course we're not equal. I agree, but
oh
we're
now
supposed
but
to
now
be. That's my
what
point. I just feel
but
like we're supposed to be. How about that? I'll just say that. It's not, we aren't. I'll agree. We're not equal. Okay. I'm saying it live. I'm saying we're not equal.
She said we're not equal. Well, yeah, you know, I was like, when I saw Chad say something about the equation and me being the math person, that little equal sign, you have to have something on this other side, and that equal gives us a solution. So you have this, and you have a solution. So the equal sign equates us a solution. So back to what I said initially, I feel we are equal in some aspects. Somebody said something about opportunities. I think our opportunities are equal. I think we do have the same opportunities, but we have to work a little bit harder for ours than some. Um, and we have the strengths, and then we balance, and we're meant to balance each other. Even from the beginning of the time, it was like, hey, just this one is just no, something ain't right. Let me put this one, and then we're great together than apart.
Right. That's the equation, the equal
Mm-hmm.
sign. 1 + 1 equals.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Man
now
and woman.
right. Now we was talking all natural, but let's look at let's look at the spiritual part of it though. Let's look at that part.
okay.
We ain't dive in that part right there. We still
Come on,
got
chef.
we still got a little bit more time left before we get out of here. Look, we ain't even look at that, Lady T.
Yeah, we don't know about spiritual because we've been lied to for so long in
Oh,
the
why
spirit
not?
realm.
Why
I mean,
okay.
think about
All
it.
right, but
So much has been lied to us about, you know, the woman and the feminine. Like there's so much hidden about the woman. You know, we know much about the patriarchal way. We don't know about the matriarchal way. So lies have been told. Yeah, I just feel like spiritual is not going to be something I'm going to be interested in talking about because we've been lied to. Let some truths come out, and let the spirit of the truth
all
come
right,
out on
so
this world. How about that? And then we get
okay.
some real education.
So before you say that, right? Know this then. Let me ask you a question then. Was man made first or woman made first then?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lordy,
Why you say that?
the chicken or the
Because
egg? The chicken or the
I'm,
egg?
exactly. Because I you know how I feel.
Okay.
We
hold
we
up,
we doing this
Melissa.
again.
You yo, what
Thank
you
you,
mean?
Melissa B.
But then, okay, but wait. You mean you was like the man? Did the man come first or the woman come
I'm
first?
at yep. Okay, let's go there.
Okay, but
All right.
then at some point, the person that created this man was like, he got to have something else, and we made it once again great.
I'm not
We
denying that.
to
But
compliment to
come on now
the
you coming.
solution, the
There you go.
equal.
Look. Yeah, now you coming.
It
Come on,
doesn't
say it.
matter the
Go.
first. It's why we were actually put here in the
But
first place
but look, we going it's gonna
because he knew
trickle
he
on
couldn't do
down.
it.
Look, it's gonna trickle on down.
No.
We made man first, right?
No, that's what lies have been told. The last
What
will
I
be
say,
first and the first will be last. So I
I,
think that the first was lied about and they hid it from us. And so, you know, the first will be last because honestly, the first might have been a lie. What you think is
so
being
what
told might be a lie. I
Oops,
think some lies going to
watch
be
this.
revealed. That's
Hey,
all I'm saying.
hold
oops.
up, ladies. Watch this. I'm a go with that. So you think a woman was made first, ladies?
I think that there is going to be a lot of revelation coming our way. I do not know anything, but I do know that there has been a lot of dishonesty in the
Uh
spiritual,
oh.
religious world.
Uh
Oops, and all day.
oh. You see it? You see it? You see it, Melissa? You see it in the chat? Oh boy, they going at it. Them two.
Desmond been wanting to get up here for the longest.
I'm gonna let him get a little fame. But look, but check us out. But the thing about this is, I'll ask you a question, Lady T. You think a woman was made first?
I don't know, but I do believe that is very possible. I have no idea the truth because so much has been hidden. I do believe it is possible though, because I know for within my soul that there's been a lot of deceit and
Yeah.
there's been a lot of cover up.
I have
And
2 women on here too. Go ahead.
and I have, knowledge of how, the women have been demonized. For what reason, I do not understand, but it is true. And so I do consider the fact that the women are the ones that bring forth life. Yes, you need a man
Right, AZ.
to bring, the seed into the woman, but we have something that has not been respected. And it's been, I think, buried, the real truth. That's all I'm saying.
Now, it's complex of how the woman is created. Let's say you say that the woman was created first, right? But you bring life to this world, right? So how would you explain, if God made a woman first, why would he create a man?
That's how
you.
y'all came here.
It's
That's
no.
what I was trying to tell you.
Hold on. It's
Think
complex
about what I
because
just said. It's
you
not
said
complex. I just said it.
guess what?
Think
Hold
about,
on.
hear me. Let me say it because I want to get
Go
this
ahead.
out.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, it could be possible that the woman was first and she got pregnant by God and the Jesus coming of Jesus type. She got pregnant by God and brought forth a man. Is it possible? Yes, that is so possible that the woman could actually be the one to bring forth the true man of the world. And I look at it as something that I will not say blasphemous, that is the Bible, that the Bible's blasphemous. No, I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that the possibility is real because some lies have been told. We've been denied. We've been, bamboozled, honestly. And I just get tired of seeing these, talking points of, God created man first when something's really being hidden. That's all.
I get where she's coming from, Chef, but go ahead. I
You
see
get
it
what she's
brewing.
you get something from that?
I
But
get
watch
I
this.
get exactly where she's coming from. I understand her point of view.
But if you
Because there
look
are
at
some things that were hidden.
Mhm.
And not saying that, but if you do look at it that way, it's possible.
Yeah, that's why I say I will not say that it's not true.
Okay.
I will not.
All right.
Because I
So
do
look,
know the first will be last. That is very true. The first will always be last. The spirit will always be last. The woman will always be last. There's always going to be the last, but that last is actually first. And the truth of the two stories of how the world was created. There are two creation stories, the first and the last. There will be one, and there's two Jesuses. There's Satan and Jesus. He talks about it. There's two in everything. A lot of twos are going on in the Bible. There's something about symbolic reasons that we do not understand. We are so literal about the word of God and the Bible that we're really missing the whole, real picture of it.
okay. Now, let's go back to what you said earlier. I'm being so serious. I'm like, listen,
Okay.
let's say you said the woman was created first, right? Right. So why is it that our bodies are almost identical on the outer part? It's almost the same, right? But the inside of a woman is different than a man's. Huh? But
Yeah.
if a woman was created first, right? A woman now that we look at it, it's for reproduction. Reproduction. Right? Lady T. You go through cycles. Why do your body go through those cycles? If you were created first, Why do your body go through those cycles? For what? If a woman was on earth first or
As
born first,
signs. As
why
signs.
why would
As
she go through?
signs.
Hold up. Why
I
would
just
she
answered
go
it.
through
As
all of those
signs.
things?
Be signs. Women bring life into this
But
world. We have that
a
part
man
of
wasn't
us.
here first.
I get that, but that
So
part of us, why are you talking about our cycles? I have no idea, so I'm going to answer it for you. We have it as a sign to let us know that we are not pregnant. It's a possibility if you missed it.
but
If
hold
you're
on.
natural, like,
Wait.
that's just signs. That's how
What's
I
the
see it, but I
purpose?
don't know
What would
why the reproduction part was
that's
brought into it.
and that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Melissa, do you feel me? Like, what's the purpose of you having all of that and the man was not created? Because guess what? That came after. After those functions of your body came after.
That's the story we're told.
It's a
But it's
possibility
logic. It's
though
logic
that
though. It's
we
logical.
It's not
we
logical.
were okay, but weren't we also told that we got Jesus without?
Jesus wasn't in the beginning of man.
But
No.
that's what I'm saying. So,
But see, that's the
so
thing.
the thing is though, like, could it not have been? And I'm not saying okay. So, total. Let me see. Preface this by saying I'm not saying for sure, like, okay, we were here first, but if we were put here, if he had intentions, like, okay, we're gonna put this woman here, and she's gonna do this because I can just keep putting these babies in her. I can do this. This body is gonna do this. But then it's like, hey, look, I don't want to do this by myself because he even had to rest one day. So it was like, well, let me put. You get what I'm saying?
I
Mhm.
hear you.
So let me bring this man to go ahead and fertilize it. So then we still on the chicken and the egg.
Yeah. We just gonna never know. But I don't want to say that it's
I
not
said,
possible. I just
okay.
can't say that, especially because I have appreciation for, the woman. And Jesus came to express the woman way. And it was, buried. We don't really get that sense all the time. But anyway, I just, these topics just get under my skin.
Yeah, I wonder why. Look, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Why?
Yes.
Because I have dealt with men like you all my life, where
What you
y'all
mean,
just
men
so
like me?
macho, think y'all all that. And I'm like, have a seat.
Hold
Because
on,
you
Melissa.
guys,
You get that from me? Keep it 100. Keep it a buck. You get that from me?
you're very firm on your stances.
But guess what? I never said
But you
that
do,
a woman, I'm better than a woman. I never said that.
you said we weren't
Clearly.
equal.
But I watch this. Being
but you
equal
did say
doesn't mean
better,
that I'm
but
not better. It doesn't mean that I don't need you. It doesn't mean that I don't value. It doesn't mean that I don't put you on a pedestal.
you're just
But
a
I'm
little bit more superior.
no, I
Right.
never.
That's
No,
it.
no. Because guess what? I would never. And I. This is why. Look, it's live. I would never tell my wife. I would never talk to her like this. Shut up. I'm the king. No, I
But
would
you
never
you
do
have
that.
a way of being
I
that
could
way.
bring her up here and she would come here. She'll never tell you. She'll never tell you and tell anybody that I talk to her in that tone or that way. Because guess what? If I know who I am and what I am, I don't need her to tell me what I am. I'm supposed to act that way. I'm supposed to portray that. I'm supposed to do those things. So it's just like that. She's a woman. I'm a man. She brings balance to my life. I bring balance to her life.
Desmond, you stupid.
I was trying to hold it in. You crazy.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. Uh,
But oh yeah, lazy. Oh, let me put lazy.
what's Polly, Black Polly? What you mean? I am too, though. Both firm on what they believe. Yeah, we definitely
No.
do. That's why we
Oh,
can do this conversation like this.
Right. I love
but
it.
but at the end of the day, check this out. I'm preaching positivity. I don't want. I said it clearly. I said I don't want no man to think that because I got daughters. So guess what?
Right.
I got daughters. So guess what, T? I'm never going to allow my daughters to let a man talk to them any kind of way. See, so I'm saying, listen, that's your king. Respect him. Treat him as such. But don't let him talk to you any kind of way. Don't let him mistreat you, because I don't treat you like that. So I'm the first image she see of how a man's supposed to treat her. She, she'll never tell, and that's I like everybody different. She'll never tell you that I raised my voice at her. She'll never tell you I cursed at her. I might have said things that would show strong love, but I know I show nothing but love for her. But guess what? I'm not going to allow her to put herself in a position where she got to be treated that way. Guess what? You a queen. Act like one. He a king. If he your king, treat him that way. And he gonna treat you like the queen you supposed to be treated as. That's the whole. Come on, we gotta have some type of standards. We gotta have some type of ideal of what it's supposed to be. King, queen. Doesn't guess what? We ruling together. I ain't never gonna say, yeah, I'm the king. Oh, this is what it's gonna be. No, we listen. Let's put our brains together. It's two brains working against one. You got one brain working against two. What's better? It's better two brains to be working together. You got four hands versus two hands. That's it. So I'm not saying just because I say, Lady T, just because I say we not equal doesn't mean that I'm not valuing you. It's not. I'm saying do you hear these words say I'm better than you? Come on. We can't be equal because guess what? I'm over here weighing 250 pounds. You over there wearing probably a soaking wet 190.
But that's just body things. That's
I'm
why I keep saying you keep talking body ways.
Okay,
and I'm like, body, okay, we all know we're not equal when it comes to a body. Even, the strengths and skills and things like that. We all know. Men don't have the nurturing like women do.
Yes.
Like,
Right,
it's totally different. But
right.
it in the essence of a person, a human being, it should be equal. That's all I'm saying. Like, I have no idea why we think that, men are greater and not equal to me. The women are not equal to me because I'm a man. What is wrong with y'all? We're human beings. We're all the same as human beings. So why do y'all men think that you're greater than a woman? It makes no sense. It's like you're basically talking like we're ants or something. Y'all can just, stomp on us and we be done. No, don't work like that.
If I thought that I had to be better than my wife, then I'll be in competition. I'm not trying to be better than my wife.
Okay.
She's going right. So it's just like it's that's all I'm saying. Like we never gonna agree on that. So I'm respecting your view. I'm respecting how you say it and what you're saying. I'm not downing it, disrespecting it. No, I'm not saying it. You're gonna have your views. I'm gonna have my views. Melissa gonna have her views. Desmond and all of you has got different views. But guess what? We still have to have some type of standard of what it's supposed to look like. Everybody's view on things is going to be different. But guess what? We still have to have a sole solid standard of what it's supposed to be. We talking about, you look at a lot of these homes, and it's not a knock to you, Melissa. A lot of these young kids raising kids with one parent in the home, because nobody don't talk about it should be two parents in the home. Work at choosing the right person for you that's gonna make you and add value to your life and everything. No, we're not having that. We ain't having no discussions. We're not talking about that. And guess what? Some of these kids are growing up with one parent in the home, and guess what? They have things that they have to go through. Versus having two parents in the home, choosing the right person for you. Women grow up with one parent, and guess what? Now they have this mindset. You know what? I got one parent. It's okay to be raising our child by myself. It's all right. But making those wiser choices. How do we get to that point? That's what I'm saying. How do we get there? Things happen. Life happens.
Melissa B, so quiet.
Yeah, because I was looking at the comments, and Desmond brought up, equality with rights there, and I think with this about men, if you just say are men and women equal, I don't know the answer to that, because it's so much. I feel like it's dependent on the situation. because I feel like it's so many times where there's like when we talk about opportunities, yes, we do have this. I feel we have the same opportunities, but then that's so we're equal in certain situations. I get where Chef is coming from when he's like, oh, the leadership. When we talk about that in a home and a relationship, um, I think we're equal, but then we have equal, we have our parts, right? But when like I said, we have somebody has a strength here, this other person has a strength, and once again, here's this balance. But what I mean is like different situations going into different things. And so we could be talking about the household one moment, and then we have somebody talking about opportunities and then rights. And that's why I say it's so broad. So to just be able like, are we equal? Because even if we look at and you know, you and Chef been going back and forth about the physicalities of it, yeah, then when we get to thinking like genderly, no, we're not. So even in the beginning, I feel that there was it was a point where we weren't supposed to be,
Mm.
because we weren't made the same. So there, I feel that there are situations to where you will, the answer, you won't have a yes or a no. I don't think a yes or a no is right.
Melissa, you try to side with it a little bit.
I ain't trying to side no, because you get to think sometimes you like you gotta listen. It's like the little angel and the devil over here,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
just say, wait a minute. You know what? You can't really answer that when just the way we have it. Are we equal to men? Because it's a lot, there's instances where we're not, and we have to accept that. And I feel vice versa, men have to accept sometimes they're just not equal to us. And then you get to thinking about the broad aspect of it all. It's like, well, hey, shit, from the beginning we were made different physically. And then if we were supposed to be equal and genderly, it wouldn't have been a separate, you know, we wouldn't have the X and a Y. It wouldn't be that way.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So that's what I was like, and from the beginning, I said it's depths to it.
I mean, I said it too. I said, women are not equal. I backpedaled, didn't I?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you too. I gotta give you that, yo. You a tough cookie, boy. Woo! I'm proud of you, though. I'm proud of you. That was good because you did say that. I'm so proud of you. Seriously, like that.
Mm-mm.
And yo, look, we laughing, we talking, but that's what we bring, man. That's what we want. Well, it's not just about an argument. It's about just bringing, like I said, a different dynamic, a different conversation. And at the end of the day, we want somebody to leave here with a different mindset, not
Yes.
something negative, something positive. Take this and say, you know what? Let me add something to my life. You know, whether it's from Melissa, whether it's from Lady T, or whether for me, it's that's it. Because guess what? It's young people, it's older people, and some of these older people have bad habits too that they can change, that they can not, and they can make changes, and that's it. That's what it's all about: making changes, making adjustments in the life you're in the season you in.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mhm.
Look.
Hey, Tanya. So good to see you on here. I saw you.
Hey, look, this dude said, "I done pull the wolves over your eyes." Nah, I'm telling man. Listen,
I
hey,
saw that too.
you want a good, healthy relationship. Listen, you gotta have. First of all, you gotta have boundaries. That's number one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, if you have any trauma, any, what I'm saying, hurt and pain, you gotta get that out of you first. You got before you even think about dating, you gotta get all that out. You gotta filter that out. How do you filter that out? You can't be talking about something. I'm dating somebody and I got this childhood trauma. I got this hurt and pain from the last relationship, and you want to take it to another one? No, stop. Pause for a minute. Get yourself together. Regather yourself. Get your heart right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what? Look who just came in and said hello to us. Wow, I did not know who this was. Look at this. Hey,
Mhm.
girl, how you doing?
Hey,
But
hey.
look, but at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to gather yourself, and a lot of people do that. They got hurt and trauma, and they want to get into another relationship. Oh, I see this guy. I see this girl. She looking good right now. She looking hot. No, get yourself together first. So now, when you go on to a new relationship and you looking to get married, guess what? Now your mind is right. Your mental is correct. That's what you want to do. You want to get your mental right. And so a lot of people not doing it. They want it the easy way. They want it instant. No, guess what? If you want a good, healthy relationship, then in terms of marriage, guess what? You got to put the work in. And anything in life, you got to put the work in. If you want to sit here and get the right job, you got to put that work in. And as much work you put in, that's what you're gonna reap. That's what they say, you reap what you sow. So you put that work in, you grind, you gonna get it. You put that time in and getting yourself right, health wise, mental wise. Guess what? You'll have a healthy relationship at work, outside of work. And Melissa got that. I'm gonna big you up. You know why I'm gonna big you up? Because guess what? You live in this life. You enjoying it. You got a crew with you, but at the end of the day, you have a good environment around you. Just because you single doesn't mean that the right man ain't gonna come your way. He gonna come in the right time, in the right season. Because guess what? In this process right now, it's learning. It's learning.
Right.
Whether you learn from me and Lady T or whoever, you gonna learn something around the way, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Now it's time. It's a time. Enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, guess what? The right person that's gonna be able to love you, he gonna come around. If he don't come
Mhm.
around, that's cool. You enjoy your life, but keep your circle, keep the people around you positive. All
Yes.
that negative stuff, now you want to push that. Like you said, I saw what you said on the thing. You got to push that aside. I'm all big on that. Lady T is too. I drop you like a bad habit. All that negative stuff, I ain't with it. And don't be
Mm-hmm.
for it. And I tell anybody that don't be for that.
I probably say you better tell
Oh no, and coming and look, we coming straight to Jersey, and we gonna get her over here. And I told her we gonna go out, we have a good time, we gonna have a live show, sitting person to person. Let y'all,
Yes.
I had to let y'all know that. Yeah, we doing that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
It's
that's
it's in the making.
yes, it's in the making. And look, it's definitely going to be, like I said, a great experience. And that's what I want. No, that's what I do. It's about positivity. It's about love, showing people a different way and having fun at the same time. It's not about just about the downgrading, or I say downgrade, degrading women or men or a race or a creed. It's not about that. It's about positivity. You know what I'm saying? We want to add value to people's lives, as well as bring some type of laughter in your life, some
Yeah.
happiness. You know what I'm saying? Lady T brings something big to this table, man. Look, she thinks she ain't winning. She winning. She winning. Even though she going through her storm, she winning. Because a lot of people, I tell her this all the time, she don't believe me. A lot of people want to talk to Lady T. They don't really want to talk to me. Say, Chef Dennis, man, I want to hear you. I want to hear Lady T. Yeah,
You got a lot
y'all
to
gonna
say.
word. They like, yo, y'all gonna, but hey, listen, I love it. I love her energy. I love Melissa's, and listen, she's always welcome. And at the end of the day, guys, this is what we want you to do. She has a great story. She has a great you know, crew. They love her, and
Yeah.
I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving every time she get on there. And she, matter of fact, Melissa, tell her where you be at. Tell them your math. Give them all your math. Look, let them know
Let them know what.
where you
Where
be
you
at.
at? Where
Well,
you
you know
at?
what? I'm YouTube. I'm over here on YouTube. I don't do much on Instagram. So it
Okay.
is it's me, Lissa B, just like right here. It's me, Lissa B. Y'all can join me every morning, most every morning for coffee time. That's when we keep it positive. We just have a little kickback, we chit chat. I try to create good energy for the day.
Mhm.
Now late in the evening, sometime I might, I might do a little bit of cutting up, but then on the weekends, we in the kitchen together sometime. We do Sunday dinners, we do experiences. I just feel like I'm just a lifestyle channel. Because I sit down and I have my cup of coffee sometime to just try to get my mind together. So I sit down with my friends. I say my subscribers, they're my sub shines, they're subscribers, and they bring sunshine. So that's how we're sub shines. And so we gather around in the shine house. So it's like a kickback. It's like you're going to your posts and vet. So your Elks lodges, wherever you hang out with your friends, and that's what we do. And we just sit around and we have discussions. Sometimes they get me together, sometimes I get them together, but we all come together and we learn from each other. And I want to say thank all my soul shines for coming through. I've been seeing
Yeah.
y'all in the chat since it's not my show. I haven't been talking to y'all, but I see y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for coming through. I will be trying to come on later tonight, but I do have to
Yes.
work after this. Okay.
Yes, listen, y'all. I'm telling you, listen, she has a great channel. I want y'all to go over there and check out, subscribe to her channel, and listen, go over there and join her with that tea. Oh, and do she be having some conversations, y'all? All right, some woo. But that's an adult, this adult conversation. And that's what we. And guess what? It's harmless. Hey, look, we all have different ways of how we have fun, and that's the most important thing is that if it brings happiness to your heart, to your soul, that's all that matters. And especially if it's positive, and it's all positive over there. And so, we want to keep it that way. And at the end of the day, I always want people to understand this. Like sometimes we say things, it may rub you the wrong way, but it's not to rub you the wrong way. It's really to educate and try to bring something different. At the end of the day, we want good relationships, we want good marriages, and just being able to communicate with people different on different levels. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? And that's what I do, and I know Melissa does, and I know definitely Lady T does. And listen, this about we coming up on a little bit of last bit of time. So Melissa, you have anything you want to say to us? We gonna see y'all for 2
No.
weeks.
No, I don't have anything, but I do want to say, I do like these type of discussions. And like you say, to put something on your mind and just like, yeah, you did that for me actually today. And then later too, because I'm a researcher, sometimes like I hear what people say. I like to listen to other people. I love to hear different points of views. And I said it this morning when I had my coffee time on my channel, and I said, you know what I really enjoy about over here, because I do watch, just because I don't always comment, I do watch, and I listen to your show, the other shows, and I love how it's a different dynamic of people, and adults can get together and you can disagree healthily.
Yeah.
We have a healthy disagreement over here. And but then also you can put something on someone's mind to be like, hey, you know what, I didn't even know about that,
Yeah.
let me go look into that. I would like to go research that a little bit further, because just because you have a different view than what I have doesn't mean that what you're saying isn't right.
Mhm.
Or does it have to be a right or wrong? Can you
Right.
understand, and what can you
Mhm.
do to understand it? And I feel like you can teach yourself, and I do appreciate that over here.
Yeah, and we appreciate you.
Mhm.
Let me say, how many subscribers? Oh, somebody said, "Oh, let me put this in the chat right here real quick." They said,
Uh,
"Okay." They said, "Hey, oh, this one of the sunshines." Woo! Go ahead.
So
right.
Yeah,
proud.
Hey, Shishi.
yeah. Look,
Shishi Virgo.
I'm trying to tell you, they come through. They be like, "Yo, okay." Melissa B is in the building, y'all. And listen, one thing I say, man. Look, if to anybody, therapy is something that is really trending, and it is something that some people may need. You don't ever think you don't need therapy to help you on situations. Sometimes it's private, it's personal, and I'm just saying that some people, if you need it, don't be
Mhm.
too afraid to say, you know what, let me try some therapy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Let me try something different. At the end of the day, you've been trying everything in your life, but you never really gave it. And you got to find the right therapist. And I always say, everybody got a different mindset when it comes to spiritual or religion or faith. You listen, you got to find the right one for you. That's
Hmm.
going to be transparent and honest to you. They're not going to tell you the things that you want. They're going to get your money and then tell you the things that you want to hear. No, they're going to let you know, like, yo, you got to check yourself, do a reassessment. You really got to look at that, and so that's one thing I want to leave with people. If you need it, get the help that you need, so you could be the best version of yourself. Better mother, better father, better brother, husband, wife. These are the things that we strive to do. Be the best version, because I know I do it each and every day. When somebody brings something to my attention and I'm wrong, I say, God, man, got to be more careful. I gotta go say,
Mhm.
I'm my bad, I'm wrong. Look, because I tell you right now, Lady T she'll do like this to me. Look at me like, yeah. What you say? Okay. Come back to me. Oh, I thought you was gonna do that. And I'm like, yeah, my bad. So, yo, but that's the end of our show. Listen, guys, we will be off for the next 2 weeks. We'll be back on. We got some new guests coming up. Real interesting. Oh man, we got a whole cast. But listen, guys, you guys be blessed, and thank you for coming out to from the battle to the glory. Talk to you guys later. Oh.